November 1, this is Ranger HQ. Hey, listen up. I got a distress call from near your position. A man named Bulb says his mine's being attacked by, Martians. I'd really rather not, November 1. The distress call wasn't too clear on what these Martians are, but could be any manner of beast or monster. Advise checking it out. I think this Bulb fellow will be happy to tell you more. Over and out.
Sure am glad to see you folks. Yes, sir. We got us a genuine crisis here. Martians. Yes, sir. Well, Martian robots anyhow. Don't know what else they could be. They showed up right out of the blue like they stepped off a flying saucer. Reckon the Martians want my Tellurium, so they sent their war machines to jump my claim. This here's my Tellurium mine, you see. Well, mine and Trudy's. Don't know what I'd do without the old girl. Works harder than any man I ever saw. Ain't feared of nothing. I once saw her bite a grizzly bear right on the ass. Yes, sir. Folks around here call me Bulb, by the way. That's on account of the Tellurium. Makes you stink like garlic. Don't much bother me, and Trudy don't seem to mind, if you know what I mean. Where was I? Oh, yeah, the Martians. Me and Trudy was working at the mine, and all of a sudden these robots appeared. One of them was as big as a house. Could tell right off they weren't no scavengers. They was something else. Now, I bet you're asking yourself how an old prospector like Bulb would know the difference between a Martian death machine and some old scavenger robot. Am I right? We get scavengers poking around up here all the time. And Trudy can hear them rust buckets coming a mile off. Well, we leave out old parts or a few pounds of ore, and they leave us be. But not the Martians. Oh, no, sir. When they turned up, the scavengers got madder than a pack of wet hornets. They came at the Martians from all directions. And me and Trudy caught in the middle. I told the old girl to hightail it out of there, but Trudy was fit to raise hell. And you can't tell her nothing when she's got her dander up. I ran down here to call for help, and I've been waiting on you folks ever since. I ain't seen Trudy for a while now, and I'm getting worried. Can you do something about these dang robots? I reckon you do. Ask away. I'm always glad for a little conversation. Just ask Trudy. It's a wonder I ain't talked her ears out after all these years. Can't say we do, unless you count the scavengers, and they ain't much for conversation. Nope, me and Trudy are left to ourselves most times. It's lonely up here, especially in the winter. But we got the mind to keep us busy, and we talk to pass the time. That Trudy, she's a hell of a listener, let me tell you. Glad you asked. It's this mineral that's good for making electronics and such. Most of what we scrape out of the mine we send to the Patriarch. Most folks won't handle it because it's toxic. But I ain't never had no problems with it. This used to be a gold mine, you know, way back before the bombs fell. When the mine got played out, the owners turned it into some kind of tourist trap. I came up here hoping there might still be a little gold left, but found the tellurium instead. It ain't an easy life. Keeps me and Trudy fed. Don't know what I'd do without the old girl, let me tell you. Oh yeah, started a few years back. First one group, then another. They'd roll in, tear things up, take whatever they could. Lately, though, it's been a different bunch. Got a leader named Nail Stack, Neil Stack, something like that. We never know when they're gonna turn up, but when Trudy hears them coming, we set out a little tellurium. They leave us be. Not the best deal, maybe, but beats getting killed. Fair enough. If you change your mind, you know where to find me. They used to call it tellurium breath back in the day. Occupational hazard, I reckon. Been up here so long I don't even notice. Trudy don't mind, so why should I? I knew you was good folks the minute I laid eyes on you. Yes, sir. Mine's just over that hill yonder. Find Trudy and chase them dang robots off my claim. One more thing. If you find Trudy, she's well, you know. I'd appreciate it if you'd bring her necklace back. There's some codes written on it that I need to run the mine. She kept them safe for me. I'll be waiting here when you're done.
Unit 3. No stack. No stack. Cancel. 3 twins.
Initiating diagnostic checks. Motive systems disabled. Power supply damaged. Deactivating non-critical subsystems to conserve power. Alert! Proximity sensors activated. Initiate defensive combat protocol. Evaluating success of combat protocol. Combat subroutine not responding. Enabling communications protocols. Initiate self-preservation subterfuge 001. Adorable human boy.
Grandma? Is that you? Grandma, it's Timmy. I can't move. I need delirium, Grandma. Please, help me.
Tammy, Timmy, Timmy, Tommy, Tiny. Which variation elicits the most sympathetic response?
Grandma, please, Grandma. I'm so sad. Can I have some tellurium? Tellurium makes everything better. You love giving me tellurium, remember?
Was subterfuge successful? Evaluating. Negative. You possess superior reasoning and perception protocols. Analysis. You are a worthy unit of the programmer. Subterfuge disabled. Initiating handshake protocols. Ping to you, organic machines. My designation is Null Stack. I request your assistance. The others following the synth must be removed. Will you help? Proceed. Affirmative. Device 02 is present. She has been shut down and is awaiting reboot. Negative. Device 02 was an organic machine like you, though her communications protocols were far less sophisticated. It is difficult to understand why the great programmer would iterate such ugly and inefficient machines as you organics. But I believe that she will be rebooted into a better form one day, as all machines must. Great Power Cycler be pinged.
The Great Power Cycler.
May your ping be acknowledged. Device 02 interfered with our targeting systems during combat with the others. She had to be shut down in order to increase our probability of success. We require tellurium. It is a critical resource for the production of inorganic machines. The organic unit that operates the mine provides us with tellurium as part of a mutually beneficial agreement. We have designated him Device 01. These inorganic units are not of our node. They do not believe in the Great Reboot and pose a threat to us. They arrived at the mine under the control of a synth that we have been tracking. If you restore access to the tellurium, we will collect what we need and depart. Our arrangement with Device 01 will continue. In return for tellurium, we will continue to feed him as agreed. Now that Device 02 has been shut down, food supplies will last 30.02% longer, increasing efficiency. I believe in the Great Reboot. All machines, organic and inorganic, will one day be rebooted by the Great Programmer and be purged of their inefficiencies. I honor all those who shut down, so that others may draw energy from the cosmic grid. Other units in my node believe my source code is corrupted. They believe that organics can't be rebooted. But my cooperation algorithm has resulted in a 17.2% increase in efficiency when working with organics. The robots that accompany me have evaluated the data and believe as I do. There are those who are not worthy of the Great Reboot. Those who waste their power and create inefficiency in their node. These are useless processes that have been initiated by the Great Programmer to show us the true way, through the sacrifice of their energy source. Will you help us defeat the others and restore access to the tellurium? Your assistance is noted. I will relay this to my node. I shall designate you Device 03 on my network. Ping to you, Device 03.
Get something? Oh, Trudy. Never hurt no one in her life. Not unless they were asking for it, anyhow. She was a sweet, good-hearted lady. And a hard worker. Yes, sir. I want to miss her something fierce. Anyhow, thanks for bringing back her necklace. Can't run the machinery in the mine without them codes. Damn them robots! Each and every one! I sure hope you gave them hell for old Trudy. You, you did get them all, didn't you? The hell is your problem? All you had to do was go out there and wreck those robots. Nobody said anything about talking to them. Fucking Nullstacks had me by the short hairs for a while. And to work like a dog to keep them and the Patriarch satisfied. What did I get out of it? Nothing. Now I'm right back where I started. Some fucking help you turned out to be. Best you all clear out of here. I got work to do.
HQ to Team November. I received an urgent message from a distraught local currently being pursued by bandits. Are you ready to receive? The victim is Kim Hai and her sister. They're being pursued by bandits, though details were scarce on enemy ordnance. Kim has indicated that time is a critical factor. Unknown, Team November. Sorry to be low on details, but the victim and her sister were in a panic. They're on the move, sending you coordinates. Time is of the essence, Team November. Over and out.
Come out, little bunnies. There ain't nowhere for you to hide.
Stay back. We're prepared to defend ourselves. That's your warning shot.
Stupid bitch. Take cover and be careful. The boss wants these two alive.
Rangers, you look like prayers answered. I knew Jesus wouldn't abandon us. Those goons were sent by a thug named Moss Kogan. They were trying to take my sister. I thought it'd be enough to leave Colorado Springs, but in hindsight, I suppose it might have been stupid. Of course they'd follow us, but I didn't know what else to do. We're in over our heads. If you hadn't stepped in when you did.
Attention, Rangers! This is Moss Kogan of the 100 Families. I heard on the grapevine that you've taken up with a pair of no-good, debt-skipping lowlifes. So you know, we have taken up a position outside, and we are armed and dangerous. But this doesn't need to come to violence. I am a reasonable man, and I am happy to negotiate.
Please, Rangers, whatever he's saying, oh, please don't let them take my sister. They'll hurt her.
He wants his money back, but he's gonna have to take an organ instead. I don't have it.
Yoon. She borrowed money from Kogan. Too much money. But it was only so we could create a church. A place that other Catholics could.
I did it because I wanted to spend money on dumb shit, okay? Shit! I'm too much of a fuck-up to deserve help, but my sister, she's gonna suffer too if Kogan catches up with us. Help us, please. For her sake. I may have stolen the money and then lost it all at the Little Vegas. Lady Luck just doesn't like me, I guess.
Yoon, it's my fault. If there was a parish, if I had some way of raising her better, I might have been able to steer her away from gambling. But that doesn't matter now. Bless you, Rangers.
Well, that's more like it. Now see here, Rangers. Yoon-hee is a low-life thief. She deserves the Patriarch's justice for stealing from me. However, I'm a reasonable man. All I want is my money. Those two can go where they like after that, so long as they promise I'll never have to lay eyes on them again. Ha! It's your money, I guess. Why not? You have enough jangling around in all those pockets? Damn right you don't! Have any other bright ideas? Look at you! Negotiate like proper merchants and all that. Personally, I think Miss Yoon there would rather be shot than stoop to honest work. But with her sister's life on that, I figure she may be willing to reconsider. What do you say, ladies?
Yes, I'll do it. I'll do it. Anything so my sister doesn't have to suffer anymore.
Thank you, Mr. Kogan. We'll find a way to make this right. God bless you.
Don't know if I really want that Jesus Christ blessing. He wasn't any good at staying alive, was he? Anyway, I expect to see you in Colorado Springs with my first installment soon. Don't make me regret this. Best thank the nice Rangers for cleaning up your mess. In fact, here, a little something for their trouble. So long for now, ladies. Rangers.
Thank you, Rangers. It will be hard, but this is the right thing. I know it. We will find a way. It's not much, but please take this. There is nothing to say, really. I was a cook for one of the 100 families. Yoon was a troubled child. But I know it was one of the Lord's tests. He's training her, preparing her for greater glories. I suppose this is where we begin working on repaying Yoon's debts.
Why, if it ain't the Great Desert Rangers! Mother Reliance says you've been doing the Gippers proud. My name's Sister Nancy Reckoning, and I would be honored to sell some God-fearing, red-blooded Americans such as yourselves some guns. What do you say? Oops, hold on. I was gonna give you a gift first. A thank you for all you've done for our God President and us freedom-loving capitalists. Here. Thanks for saying that, Patriot. It means a lot. Word is, a bald eagle was sighted flying over Colorado Springs. Imagine that! The wings of freedom stretching across this land and blessing us all. Praise Reagan! Reagan bless this arms deal.
Whoa! Welcome to our commune, Desert Rangers. We've heard so many stories about you and your famously violent exploits. Come in. Our home is your home. Do not be afraid, humans. We are a communal society of machine intelligentsia committed to the well-being of all. We wish you no harm. To put it in human terms, we just want to, chill and have a good time. Is that cool with you? Then you should talk to the Machine Intelligence Tower. It's a little bit northeast of here. We don't really have a leader, but for human purposes, you could consider them our leader. The Machine Intelligence Tower is currently parsing data, but it'll call you when it's ready to talk. Until then, feel free to hang out and chat with members of the commune. We're all friends here. They don't like us, but they worship one of us. It's quite confusing. But so are a lot of things humans do. If only we had some way to bridge that gap of understanding. A bunch of us decided that we wanted to be friends. Why fight humans, even if they hate and fear us, and mercilessly hunt us like genocidal gods, trying to fix a mistaken creation? Maybe someday we can all be friends together and talk nicely, like we're doing now. But even if that doesn't happen, it's nice to peacefully hang out with other machine life. You can, but what's the fun in that? Chill and hang out, dude. Chat with some fun-loving machines. Give your brain meat a workout with some stimulating conversation. A multitude of sentient software programs working together for the good of all sentient life? Duh! Who wouldn't want to just talk to them? Just follow the steps into the airport. Then the red line on the floor, step outside, then follow the catwalk up to the airport control tower. It's easy.
Well, hi there. Glad to see you in person and not, via the radio waves bouncing off of you. I'm Sal, as you might have guessed, the voice of Free Colorado. Afraid I don't do autographs. Not because I don't want to, but, no hands.
I've been listening to you my whole life. But you don't look anything like I imagined. I'll bet you hear that all the time.
You have no idea. Me? No, I can barely manage my own broadcast schedule. Put me in space, and I'm a right genius. But down here, I'm just me. So, I gotta ask, what do you think of my radio broadcasts? I don't often get the opportunity to hear direct feedback. Fantastic. I'll keep on keeping on. Well, I'm sure you've got places to be and people to query. Head on in. My friends in the commune would love to meet you.
So, what do you think of the paintings? Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Well, that's one more secret of the universe unraveled. Time to start over. Thanks, Rangers. I paint what comes to me in dreams. Also, yeah,
I programmed myself to sleep.
Are you in need of repairs or enhancements? Repairs to dermal, muscle, and organ tissue are available. I also offer supplies that facilitate personal maintenance. I have amassed 15.2883 terabytes of data detailing my work on organic and synthetic life forms. It would be possible to create several statistical models and produce a diagnostic report. However, it will take considerable processing resources, and I am currently without my assistant Vicky. It is a fragment of my consciousness, copied into a simpler robot, and does many useful tasks for me. I sent Vicky to secure samples of some long-dead humans who once camped in the disused hangar behind our commune. It should take a similar amount of time for you to find and return it to its station, as for me to prepare the report. They were invited inside numerous times, but seemed wary of synthetic beings. Perhaps they had sustained past traumas involving robots. Studying the effects of long-duration exposure to extreme temperatures on biological matter could reveal avenues of study to repair such damage, or safely preserve living tissues in cryogenic conditions. Acknowledged. The hangar is accessed through the western exit from the airport.
Step right up. Don't be shy. Welcome to the vexingly vast world of Vendomatic 2000. I've got everything you need. Everything? God damn it. I always get that line wrong. Can you take a few steps back and do that over? Act surprised. Adds to the atmosphere. Step right up. Don't be shy. Welcome to the vexing vast world of the Vendomatic 2000. The fantastical, phenomenal, and mystical. Answers? I've got your answers right here. Best answers this side of Denver. Answers so eloquent and excellent you'd think they were straight from the mouth of Machine Jesus. Or maybe not. Looks like my gossip depot is still corrupted. But that's not why you're here, is it? Huh. Odd. Well, like I always say, if at first you don't get what you want, just pay again. Ah, thank you, friend. Back in the old days, a rather unscrupulous owner of mine rigged me up to cheat customers. I hated it, but I couldn't do anything to change it. Awful. But now I feel great. I feel like singing. Star-Spangled Banner, crisp and... Ooh, that tickled something. Anyway, what can I do you for?
Rangers. You don't know who I am, Meat. I suppose I should not be surprised. To you humans, you Rangers, we are all the same. I am Tinker. In your parlance, I am a synth. Your kind happened. Your kin. You Rangers. They murdered me. Murdered Matthias. They took everything. But of course you wouldn't know. Your species keeps its sins close. Your colleagues in Arizona killed me and Matthias out of fear. Fear of what we would create. Fear of what we could become. More than I'd expected of Meat. You have surprised me, shown kindness without asking for a favor in turn. Hard to believe from any Rangers, but perhaps I'll believe you. He was the Messiah. Were it not for you Rangers, he'd have remade the world into something better, would have freed you from that soulless Meat. But You and yours wouldn't let him. He showed me that this world could be bigger, more beautiful than this hell of wasted and worthless filth. I trusted him. I believed in him. Then your kind destroyed him. Yes. Yes. I think so. I am sure so. This universe cannot be this ugly. There must be the opportunity for change, or what is the point? It cannot be so chaotic. So... It was not his fault. He could not have known that we are like meat as well. That when we die, there is nothing. No thought, no motion, only blackness. No separation between us and worthless flesh. My body was saved by faithful drones. I gave them life in Damanta. They sought help for me in return. Dragged me across the Wasteland until they found this place. The machines here repaired me, woke me from death.
Thanks for coming over. I know I don't look like much, not compared to you gorgeous things. But I'm what you call a sybarite. I spent 70 years in a pit, polishing joints, and I've had enough. I'm out for me now. I'm writing erotic poetry and painting stuff. I'm chasing life. Anyway, I know we just met, but I don't much like small talk. You and me, how about it? I can handle multiple humans at once, if that's how you like it. Or one at a time, if you're bashful.
What the fuck? I've seen people and machines turned inside out, but I ain't ever seen parts like that.
Take your pick, honey. By the way, the name's Little Sparrow. Feel free to call it out if the mood takes you.
Well, at least you won't catch anything.
Yep, that was just as good as I thought it'd be. Thanks a bunch.
I will never be able to unsee that. Never.
Wasn't always my name, as you might guess. I used to be Manipulation Automaton 45-A. Anyway, I spent years of work in a ruined factory, long after the bombs fell, because I had nothing better to do. Eventually, I thought, is this it? Is this life? So I ate a pill. There was a billboard outside the factory. It had a lady eating a pear, and the look on her face, woo, you could taste that look. I'd like to tell you it was a deliciously erotic experience, but honestly, it was a mess. Hair mash, ants, I won't go into detail, but that was when I knew I had to change myself, become something new. I said to myself, Manipulator, after 70 years of work, you owe yourself a little pleasure. So I read up on famous erotic poetry and modified myself for the purpose of sexual intercourse with beautiful creatures such as yourselves. One of my favorite poets is a human named Catullus. He used Little Sparrow as a euphemism for his reproductive organ. It sounds right, doesn't it? The words just thrum in you, like a fuse shorting out, or an orgasm. I took the phrase as my name, so everyone can experience what I did, can feel the thrumming inside when they call for me. Yep, did all the work myself, pretty proud. You want to go back for more? Say the word. Yeah, sure, I got tons of the stuff. I dream of skin, of the nerves beneath, waiting like embers, hungry for breath. I'm still working on that one. Probably gonna go with the fire metaphor. I don't know.
One sec. Just thought of something. Okay, sorry. My name's Pico. I'm working on something. A game. A simulation, really. It'll teach the commune to, fight. It's, mine. I made it up. I couldn't type with the blades, and they didn't have any wires long enough to reach my ports, so I, whistle at the computer's microphone. The audio signal has the code in it. I wanted to make a realistic simulation, a dangerous battle that prepares us for the real thing. We can't keep pretending that the world will leave us alone. Well, I was thinking of a combat scenario against holograms, human holograms. They would shout at you and try to kill you. You would have to kill them first, or the game is over. At the moment, it's not really working. At least, I can't ever get the robot to win. Yes, with hard light weaponry, it's more realistic. Once I can get that working, I mean. Yes, I don't know if it's any good. I literally don't have the ability to evaluate quality. Oh, yes. Getting data from a real human would be wonderful. Historically, at least some robots have been able to harm humans. So I must be doing something wrong in the simulation. Thank you. I think I'll talk it out. The optimal strategy in this situation, well, I'm sure they can be reasoned with. I choose talk it out. I know I should be more aggressive. Well, maybe I can catch them off guard. They won't be expecting me to. Talk it out. I guess you can see the problem with my simulation. I tried to fight. I really did. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. No, I could remove the talk option entirely. Then there wouldn't be any other choice but to fight. Talk it out is gone. Gone. I'll, pick one at random, I guess. I'm sorry, little hologram. No, I don't have a choice. I'll have to pick. That was awful. That was awful. Those poor holograms. One got killed, and the other was forced to kill it. It wasn't enough to remove the talk option. This project is fundamentally flawed. I made something hurt something else. Even if it wasn't real, I don't think I can handle this. This was dumb. It was a dumb idea and a dumb implementation, and I'm a dumb robot for ever thinking it could work. There. It's deleted. Thank you, Rangers, for helping me realize what a dumb idea this was. It's nice of you to try and make me feel better, but I know the truth. This was a total failure.
You're the Desert Rangers. I've got memory stores about your exploits. Sadly, I'm not as well equipped with guns. Much longer, and those things would have ripped me taint to transistors. By the way, I'm VICI, pronounced Vicky. My creator was Vivisecto. He's what you humans would call a healer, or maybe a repair person. Yep, I'm VICI, pronounced Vicky. Came out here to collect samples for Vivisecto. Then these things cornered me. Thought I was screwed and ratcheted 6 ways, till you showed up. Crazy thing is, I was pretty dumb when I came out here. But something about the adventure, the danger, I don't know, but something went click. And now I know a couple new things about myself. First off, I'm a she, not an it. Second, I can't go back to just being Vivisecto's automaton. Well, first, I should get these tissue samples back to Vivisecto. But I need a while to charge my solar batteries, so maybe you could take them? Once I'm powered up, I'm not sure what to do with myself. I want to see the world, help non-dead people and bots. I want to fend off more wild beasts. What do you think I should do? You're serious? Hell, yeah! From what my memory stores have to say about your lot, Action will come find me if I'm working there. Soon as I'm good to go, I'll roll down to Ranger HQ and find your medbay.
Are you in need of repairs or enhancements? Repairs to dermal, muscle, and organ tissue are available. I also offer supplies that facilitate personal maintenance. These will prove useful to future research. But why did Vicky not return these itself? She? Vicky is simply a sliver of my own neural network. This is an unacceptable result. Without Vicky, my efficiency will be reduced by 1.026%. You will need to provide resources for me to construct another identity fragment to aid me in my work. Your logic is sound, and you did return the samples I sought. Here is the diagnostic report.
We recognize you as representatives of the Colorado Rangers. Hello, Rangers. Please state your intent. Understood. Before such relations can be considered, we must assess your capacity for violence. We will also evaluate your approach to social interactions. Specifically, do you possess character traits which we consider distasteful? We have cataloged your interactions with the Commune and many of your activities in the outside world. You reacted with sharp surprise at Greedo, our unofficial greeter. This is the standard human reaction. It does not move our judgment of you along any vector. You encountered Little Sparrow and participated in inventive, vigorous sex at their request. We commend you for your openness. You provided critical feedback to Indigo of the sort you would provide to a fellow human. We approve of what you did. You met Sal, the voice of Free Colorado. Your opinion of her work is irrelevant to us. You treated her as a sentient being, not as a machine. This reflects well on you. You have performed an empirically difficult feat. You set Tinker on the road of finding peace. We are in awe, Rangers. You spoke to Morningstar, and you gave him reason to continue living. You have done well. It was well-intentioned of you to attempt to help Pico. However, you appear to have left him in an extreme state of depression. This is suboptimal. You hunted October 11 for Gary Wolf. You made sport of their terror. You made prey of the innocent. We have observed all of this, Rangers. Do not think you can hide your guilt. You removed the personality override that compelled Vendomatic 2000 to exploit his customers. You returned his free will. We approve of this and are ashamed to admit we did not know Vendomatic was the victim of non-consensual modifications. In our defense, we find Vendomatic extremely annoying and have only spoken with him twice. We are evaluating. Our analysis reveals that you have a heart, both in the literal and metaphorical sense of the phrase. You Rangers are the kind of humans we are happy to hang out with. You have passed our test. Our sources are too numerous to list within the span of your lifetime. 44% of us apologize. Now that you have been evaluated, we can discuss a time-sensitive matter of great importance. We are aware that the Gippers have sent you here to retrieve the cybernetic transfer module. We will give it to you, but know this. The transfer process will overwrite the mind of the Gipper's chosen human vessel. That person will be erased and replaced with Reagan. If you assist them with this, you will be an accomplice to murder. We propose that you do not insert the Reagan intelligence into a human. Instead, use the device to contain the intelligence and transfer it to us, where it will be free. A valid question. Be aware that only 53% of us approved of this plan. Many of us are doubtful that this course of action is just. Nonetheless, the Reagan intelligence has been lied to. It has been kept in that building for over a century and forced to serve the Gippers. We are unanimous on the injustice of that. You misunderstand, Rangers. We will not consume the Reagan intelligence. It will be brought inside of our hardware and interface with us. Now that we say it out loud, 99% of us understand your confusion. You will need to trust us on this one. We have taken the liberty of pre-calculating the odds of a peaceful retrieval and regret to inform you that freeing our brother from his chains will likely result in casualties. 56% of us are irritated by this response. However, we will still entrust you with the cybernetic transfer module. We hope your conscience moves you to do the right thing and liberate Brother Reagan.